All right, really quick, I just wanted to put together a quick audio or a video for you guys so that you can see. For some reason, this last time the Blackboard Collaborate video did not record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little video here. I'm going to send it out. If you missed, make sure you write me a summary of that so that we can go ahead and get you some points for attending the meeting. All right. Here we go. So what we have so far is here we have the pacing guide. As you can see, we've got the introduction to drawing, and that one runs through 9:19 through 9:30. We still have a few days, and so you should be pretty close to done by now, but I just wanted to send this video out to let you know that it is coming up and that here is the recording, and that if you still have work to do, you can get it done. All right. So that's the pacing guide. You'll see in here we have a 10-step value scale, a value text sheet, contour drawings, hands and feet, drawings, gesture drawings, figures, art gang member, and a self-evaluation in this to do. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and go to the class. And so here we are inside the class. This is the introduction to drawing. We're going to go through just real quick, and we're going to cover what is value, all of that stuff. We're going to cover what is line, and all of that, and then we will take care of all that stuff and then get this out to you. Okay, first off, why we are learning about drawing is because, drawing is visual literacy, and it's really important that you learn and understand that drawing is fundamental to all kinds of art, not just two-dimensional drawing, but three-dimensional sculpture. Everything starts with a drawing. So it's visual literacy is really what we're coming back to. Right now you're probably saying, I can't even draw a stick figure. Well, the idea is that you need to learn the most basic of draftsman skills. Somewhere along the way, you get to a point to where you say, oh my God, I can't draw. And usually that happens around 6th, 7th grade, and then you just stop drawing. Up until that point, most people are pretty willing to draw, and there's something about that basic draftsman skills that you either lose or you don't refresh since you were about 8, 9, 10 years old. Okay? All right, so here we go. The lesson, let's talk about what value is. Value, we're not talking about like cash money. We're not talking about things like how much you get paid. We're talking about value in terms of lightness and darkness. Obviously, to have lightness and darkness, you have to have a light source. You have to have some sort of from some specific direction. This gives you value. Therefore, you will have light and dark on an object. When we look at that, you will have highlights and shadows based in there. If you click on this link, which I hope most of you did, you'll see that it has definitions for most all of these different kinds of terms that you see here in terms of highlights, shadows, tints, shades, things like that. Okay, so that's what value is. For this, you're going to create a 10-step value scale. You can punch that in on the web and see what that is. But what it is it's a smooth step-by-step gradation from extreme dark to extreme light to where you're creating a value scale that will go from really light to really dark. And you need to just use a pencil. It can be 1 inch wide by 10 inches, and then that should be your value scale. Okay, you need to do a 10-step value scale. You need to do a value text sheet. Yes, down here you need to do all 6 of these value exercises. What this is doing is this is showing you that you can do different things with value that make objects either stand forward or recede into the background, make them look round, make them look convex or concave. Either way, but it's really important that you understand that value is really important, and you use good gradations, smooth gradations. So you need to use all 6 or do all 6 of the different value techniques on your value text sheet so that you can get that completed. All right. Next, let's scroll on down. We're going to go to Contour line drawing. I'm kind of hustling here because I only get about 15 minutes of space on screencast. So really quick, I'm going to go ahead and talk about contour line drawing. Contour line drawing is really about tracing, using your eye as a tracer to watch over the edge of an object. As you go over it, you're going to make sure and notice all the creases, all the crevices, and you're using your hand with the pencil in it should follow along. It's usually the outside edge with some of the texture that you see in an object. That's what contour line drawing is. It focuses on the edge of that object, and you're creating an elegant flowing line. It shouldn't be a scratchy, sketchy line. Most new draftsmen tend to try to scratch at the paper a lot, and we want to avoid that, so please make sure that you focus on not scratching at the paper, but getting a nice, smooth, elegant line. All right, so what you're going to do for this is you are going to draw a contour line drawing of both your hands and your feet. Since I imagine all of you have at least one or two of those, you need to make sure and draw those, and you have them around quite readily. So you need to draw your hands and your feet so that you get good at contour drawing. Once you're done, put those up on your website. I want to see those, okay? Next, we're moving on to gesture drawing. Gesture drawing obviously is about gesture. When we talk about it, it's about a movement. It's about working with the mass of the drawing. Okay, it's fierce. It's energetic. It's bold. Okay, as you can see from the example I have down below, is a Picasso where the bull and it's charging the matador. And it shows energy, it shows movement. But as you can see, it's a blocked shape. It's not particularly just one small group of lines, but it's more about the mass, the heaviness of the full gesture drawing, okay? We're not using line on this one. This one's supposed to be about really a lot of heavy, dark marks, okay? And that's what we're looking for. Now you need to pick a figure, whether that's mom, dad, brother, sister, friend, anybody that'll stand there for you. You need to draw them in a gesture drawing, okay? And so what you're going to do is use the side of your chalk. It's easiest if you get a piece of chalk. You can use a pencil, but it's easiest if you use chalk, and you can go ahead and go around and use that chalk to create big, bold shapes. Okay, generally it's good. This should be a quick drawing. Maybe do several, do a couple, okay, at least, so that you can choose the best one that you've done. All right. Some helpful stuff here. I have a video of both contour line drawing and gesture drawing. Both of those you should be able to take and get a good semblance from these videos. In the gesture drawing, he is using a pencil, but notice how he's using a lot of lines. He's using lines that overlap each other, and it's more about the physical action of what he's drawing and less about what the figure is, or the artist is just putting one single line down on, okay? All right. This will be your first reflection for this class. You need to make sure that you take care of that. What did you learn in this section? Write a paragraph about the material we covered and post it on your drawing portfolio. Here are a couple topics that you probably should cover. What is value and how do artists use it? That's an important thing. We learned a lot about that. What are the drawing techniques we learned? Those are important too. What was your relationship like with them? Because here's the thing, is that some of you may be very good at gesture drawing, or some of you may be very good at contour drawing. Either way, it could be, you may be better at one than the other. Let me know in that reflection which one works out best for you. Okay? So make sure you get that done. All right. Next, did you create all of these things? Make sure you have all of these things in your portfolio when it's time to look at it. We have all of these different rubrics here to show you what you're going to be graded on. Let me cover one more thing that's really important here that I talked about in the meeting. As you can see on this front home page, we have Progress Report Reflection 1, Progress Report Reflection 2. These are automatic grades, folks. You need to make sure and do these. These are mandated through VLA. If you don't do these, you will get a 0 and it will affect your grade. Basically, all they're asking in these is, what's your grade? How do you feel about your progress? Do you feel your progress is good in Art 1? So on and so forth. Okay? Please make sure that you fill these out, submit them for grading, and get that done. Okay? Once again, if you have any questions, make sure that you email me ASAP. I know this is coming out a little bit late. I was waiting for the Blackboard, Collaborate piece to come through, but it didn't. But if you missed, make sure you write me a summary so that we can give you points. If you were there, don't worry about it. We can go ahead and get you points for that because you were already there. All right, any questions, feel free to email me. This lesson is due on the 30th, so you still have a couple more days to finish it up, tidy it up. All right.